Dear Teroxx community, welcome to this weekly news and crypto market update video, and this is what we're gonna talk about today. First of all, we will talk about the traditional traders more and more are interested in Bitcoin and that the BIS calls for central bank digital currencies. We will head over to that Chinese crypto mining companies promote the freedom of speech and that the BMW blockchain solution for supply chain will start in 2020, and last but not least we will head over to our crypto market update of this week. Traditional traders showing growing interest in crypto, and a survey published on March 31st revealed that senior trader executives believe that large companies in the business would be interested in taking advantage of the recent crypto plunge, particularly for Bitcoin. And right now there are more than 100 trading platforms that traditional traders can use, and of course Bitcoin and Ethereum are the ones of major interest. So over here we can see that the most famous and most stable cryptocurrencies are of course taking the interest of these traders, and what we as well can see that 97% of traditional trading firms that they will talk or think about to invest in crypto within the next 2 years, and this is quite a huge number, and this as well is showing us what the crypto market can offer in the near future. The BIS calls for central bank digital currencies amid coronavirus pandemic. So what we can see over here is that the BIS said that it would be quite interesting to have central bank digital currencies in the near future due to people change their behavior, and the WHO said that we should avoid using cash or banknote. The people started to use cards or credit cards, whatever. So basically they used alternative payment systems more than traditional cash, and now the BIS is saying okay, this as well could lead to the fact that it would be interesting to have central bank digital currencies in the near future, and as well the demand for cash falls in the UK, while a lot of people around the globe just cashing out from the bank account to hold the cash back at home due to they're not trusting the financial system. So what we can see is that as well the BIS said this would be good to have, so it would be good to have a central bank digital currency, but of course this would not be so nice for elderly people. So over here there will be a lot of issues that has to be cleared out before something like this can happen. But all in all, this is showing us that digital currencies are more than just an idea. Crypto mining companies promote freedom of speech in China, and this is something we do not see often. In China there is a new platform, a blockchain based platform, Power, and this is run by huge mining firms, and they want to promote transparency via this platform. And they said the index reference will be based on market supply and demand, revenue observation and public opinion. The miners and mines supply and demand information will be collected and published regularly on the Power WeChat public platform. And what we can see over here is due to China is the biggest crypto mining market on the globe, we can as well see that over here it's quite interesting to see that Chinese companies wants to promote the freedom of speech, and of course this as well is something that we really think it's positive for the market due to not a lot of people know about mining and who is really mining, which amount of Bitcoin today and stuff like this. So over here we will have the chance to get more and more transparent information about this market. BMW's blockchain solution for supply chains should be rolled out in 2020, and what we can see is that BMW is working on transparent blockchain oriented supply chain solutions, and now they want to start with the next solution in 2020. So what they want is simply easy. They want to build a platform that where all supplier and everyone who's responsible into this chain for something. In long term, BMW's vision is to use the blockchain to create an open platform that will allow data within supply chains to be exchanged and shared safely and anonymized across the industry. So everyone who is into this should see all the data to have then an own picture in mind what happened and if this is good or not. But all in all, this is something that is really good to see and what really could give a push as well to the supply chain market due to the blockchain can really create something very positive over here. If we now take a look on the total market capitalization of the last week, we can see that we started this week with around 175 billion US dollars and now we are hanging around 200 billion USD, and this is an increase of around 15% in 1 week. And what as well we can see is that we had this week 2 huge spikes, but let us talk about the sideways movement and the dips before. So all in all, we had a sideways movement which went up a little and then immediately a breakdown again, so that after 3 weeks of the last week we nearly saw no movement. We went up and down, but all in all we were on the same level as on the levels as the week started. And then as we went to the end of the week around Thursday and Friday, we saw 1 and 2 huge spikes in the market which pushed all the cryptocurrencies, with then having a sideways movement with building supports 2 or 3 times, with then having a next push to the top as the week started today. So over here we can see that the last week was high volatility. We had sideways movement, dips and upwards movements, so this was a very exciting last week. And if we're taking now a look on the 7-day performance, we can see that all the top tokens are quite in the greens, and of course here included is the huge dip you can see over here. So these numbers are not very responsible of how the market really moves, but of course from the lowest to the highest point we can see right now we are around this percentage in the greens. All in all, you can may wash out 5 to 8% due to, of course, first before you enter the market or to have a clear market situation, you need a trend change or a visible trend, and this of course is not always the bottom, but from bottom to the top, these are the percentages we wrote in this market. Now let us talk about 2 things in Bitcoin, the 1-hour chart and the 4-hour chart. In the 1-hour chart you can easily see the following. At the start of the week, how I said, the market dipped and we had the local support built down below 6k at around 5,880, where we found a local bottom before the market lifted up. So we went down around 7% before. So we had quite a huge dip before, and then the market lifted up. We had a local high at around 6,500 and a lot of profit taking took place. And then the market as well went down to 6,200 again. So basically here we build the next local support. But if I'm having now, based on this local support, a line for this week, I can see that we were once below this line and once above this line. So all in all, until this point, the market really did not really move. Of course, it was high volatility, but we had no improvement in the Bitcoin price over the last days. But then, as here found a good and strong support and we had a huge volume increase, the market lifted up and just went above 7k, and this is exactly the levels we are retesting right now. So over here we can easily see that we shot up to around 7.2, closed the candle at around 7,080 and had a, so to say, distance which we are now testing at around 7,130 again. And here we can see that the market just went up around 15% easily within a few hours, and then this is quite important, we went sideways over the weekend. We had a support at around 6,700 which held quite good, and how you can see over here is that we tested this support quite often and always bounced back a little. So here we can see that this support was quite strong, the news were quite good, the stock markets opened very positively this week, and so here we can see that the market then with the start of the week just shot up a little. And when I'm now switching to the 4-hour chart, quite interesting what we can see is that this blue line over here, the MA200 line, it's the average price of the last 200 days, and this is facing this support line, building an even stronger support at 6.7, and as well was the support for the weekend. So we did not broke below, and so as well the market had a lot of strength, so then going up huge. All in all, this is quite bullish for the market right now. What we can see is that we went up strongly within the last hours with no real volume and no momentum. We are out of the bullish band. The RSI is quite high. So what we can see is that here can come easily a profit taking scenario, which would lead us down again to may retest the MA200 line. But all in all, we as well started a positive trend channel, which we are in right now. And what you as well can see is the top level of this trend channel would be around 7,400, and the lowest point would be around the MA200 line I just showed you over here. So as well, keep an eye on the market. There is no real volume, so if the positive signs can continue and we will see new volume, this market could go even higher. But of course, a retest of the MA200 is always possible too. Hope you like this video. If you do so, I would love it if you could like, share and comment this video, and we will hear us next time when it comes to weekly crypto news and market update provided by Teroxx.